The virgin culture has ruined my life. I 45F come from an evangelical Christian family. From our young age we have been taught that girls should stay a virgin till their marriage. I grew up with this thought as well. I stayed the good girl that everyone thought I was. We weren't even allowed to see kissing in the movies. I got married at a very young age at 17 to a man who was 29 at that time. I got pregnant 5 times. I was always told that only a woman who is devoted to her husband and pleases him will go to heaven. I didn't even know women could have orgasms. Sex with him was always uncomfortable, but in my mind if I denied him, I was committing a sin. I didn't even reject him when I was 5 weeks postpartum, though I should have, but I was afraid of him. In my mind he was a good husband because he didn't beat me, but he did financially and sexually abuse me. I was told that the more you suffer, the more likely you will be Lord's favorite. My breaking point came when I found my husband was having an affair. I confront him and he said to stay out of it, that he is a man and it is in his right to have multiple women. Even in the school that we went has taught us it is perfectly okay for a man to have multiple women but not for a woman to have multiple men because it messes their head. For 5 years straight I had to endure my husband's infidelity, his abuse, his neglect. During this time, I got on the internet and met some other religious women who were taught the same. They made me realize that I am a human too. My feelings matter. And what was happening to me, it is not right. I didn't have a job and I never worked a day in my life, so it was not possible for me to get a divorce. But someone told me that in my state, I do not need a job to file. And since I have been out of work for 20 years, I can easily get alimony. It was a long battle. Long story short, my parents disowned me. My husband has tried multiple times to delay the divorce, but it was of no use. I got alimony but lost the custody of my kids. My oldest one doesn't want to talk to me. Our kids were hurt a lot, but I think it was for the best, because I was still broke and a mess. It took me a while to build a foundation for myself. I am still not in a good place. I am in therapy. After my divorce, I started dating. I casually dated few people, and people have given me way more love and affection than I have ever received in my own marriage. I will never forget that one guy who made me orgasm for the first time. I cried when that happened and he held me. In my marriage my husband rarely ever hugged me or showed affection towards me. I never knew my body could even do that. I didn't think I would be still desirable after my body was broken after having 5 kids. I wish I didn't get married sooner. I wish I dated a bit more before settling down. I can never get back the years I have lost. I think I am now a bit comfortable about sharing my story. I hope if one person sees this learns that marrying early and a virgin doesn't guarantee you a better life. I see a lot of people criticizing women and saying nonsense that a woman who is a virgin till her marriage will always be happy, but they never speak about how many of us are dying inside.